Whispers crawl across the floor. Footsteps echo, then no more. Cold hands reach where light won't stay, calling you to come and play. Dancing shadows spinning fast, fear and laughter they will clash. Beat of terror, pulse of night. Darkness sings but feels alive. Eyes that follow from the wall. Silent voices start to call. Heartbeat racing with the drums. You can run, but still they come. Dancing shadows spinning fast. Fear and laughter, they will clash. Beat of terror, pulse of night. Darkness sings but feels alive. Eyes that follow from the wall. Silent voices start to call. Heartbeat racing with the drums. You can run, but still they come.
Hello, everybody. Let me take Chris off mute, too. Welcome.
I had to agree to the terms and conditions there. It says I had to agree to the terms and the conditions. That's weird, that.
Yeah.
I'm all blurry on the back now. I'm back.
You're focused now. You're in focus.
I was moving about. It was going up and down. It was like R2D2. It was doing some weird stuff there. You know, it feels like everything's changed on here. It feels a wee bit different.
Yeah, there's a couple of things that I think that they changed in terms of security and things in the background, because usually I hit go live and we hit intro so that the song plays immediately, and it showed me this time. So you're going to see me going.
I think there's a few bugs.
But that's okay.
It's quite interesting because I was sitting, that's why I burst out laughing down the bottom. You obviously couldn't hear me because I seen you were like, you were like one of the meerkats. Look at the commercial. But you've been extremely busy, Sabrina. I mean, you've been really busy since yesterday. I mean, you've had private readings, you've had also talks in people's podcasts, but then you had a really big event yesterday, didn't you? I mean, can you tell us a little bit about that?
So, I was so excited to get to go on an investigation with Iron City Paranormal. And we got to investigate the Caliente Pizza shop in Crafton, PA. And yeah, it was insane. The energy in that place is crazy. So much energy.
I mean, you sent me some pictures of the place, and God, I was like, "Oh, this place looks awesome. I wish that was there."
Yeah.
Oh, that free pizza. Did you get pizza? Come on, tell me.
Some pizza, actually. Yeah. And their pizza is, it's really good.
Awesome. I love pizza. What kind of pizza was it? Was it pepperoni?
It was a chicken, like ranch pizza. So it was different.
I bet that was tasty.
And it was Chicago style. So it was like the deep dish.
Was it like the cheese round about with people beside?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not had my dinner yet. You know? But anyway, I mean, we've got a guest coming on tonight, and he was actually at the investigation last night, and he's been on a few shows, guys. I mean, this guy is a legend in the paranormal, and I actually got his book, but because of things within my life right now, everything's kind of going crazy. I've been reading a couple. I've read about 10 pages or so, but honestly, guys. Now I'm gonna do a plug for him here. I'm gonna do a plug for you for everybody for Christmas. Christmas is coming. The goose is getting fat, and even Halloween's coming. So why don't you gift everyone All Monsters Are Human? You can get it on Amazon, but you can also find the link there. You can also, if you click the VR at the top, it's there. This is going out to Facebook. It's going out to YouTube. So come on, treat treat your loved ones with some scary, spooky stories, because that's also people don't realise they see at Christmas. Christmas was a time for telling ghost stories also. So perfect book, perfect, absolute fantastic. Shall we bring the amazing Derrick Smith up? Because I can't wait to talk to him.
Yes, absolutely. Step on up, Derek,
Yay!
and unmute yourself. You've been invited to speak.
I had to like accept some terms or
Yes,
something
I
there.
was the same. I was the same. I don't worry. It's just your firstborn has to be given to us. You know, it's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Well, at this point,
That's all
you
right.
can take them. I can take a break.
But Derek, thank you so much for coming on. I know you've been busy with your investigation yesterday, but
Yeah,
yeah,
that was it was crazy. Like Sabrina was saying, I mean, we got in late. We couldn't even get in until they closed, till they had all their employees out and everything. So it was a little bit of a later start than normal
yeah,
as it was. So I think we stayed there till what, 4-ish, 3, 4, maybe even later than that. I don't know. I completely lost track of time,
Yeah, it was early morning.
but it was a whirlwind. I'll tell you that. I mean, it wasn't a huge building, but some of those spots, man, they drew us in, and we ended up like we got stuck in like a time warp. It felt like
Yeah.
everyone's like, "Oh yeah, we spent, we were in there for hours." It's like it was 30 minutes, but it was some of the stuff that was going on in there was fantastic. I mean, it's hard to really describe because we haven't even taken into any of the evidence or reviewed anything yet. It's all
yeah.
still fresh and not even 24 hours removed from it, so it's still taking our notes and making sure we don't forget anything because there was a lot going on.
Well, if you want, you could come back to our show in with Iron City for the full team, and you could go over some of the evidence that you've captured. Because I
Yeah,
think that would be an absolutely amazing opportunity. Because I know our listeners, people that watch this back and stuff, love this type of stuff. You
oh,
know?
absolutely, and especially because Sabrina was there. I mean,
Yeah.
she had her own experiences and everything to add to it, so I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Mm.
Yeah, for sure.
And you got a T-shirt day.
I did.
You got a T-shirt. Jealous. Jealous.
If I wasn't speaking before this, I wouldn't be so proper, and I would have worn mine just to support.
I see. Big things are coming. Big things are coming. But anyway, Derek, obviously you're here to talk about all monsters are human. What gave you the idea for this? What
I
actually gave you the idea for this?
Writing has been just an outlet for me. I mean, I love the history side of things. That's really where my niche with the Iron City team comes in.
Hmm.
Is I do a lot of research, a lot of the history
Yeah,
background. When it all is said and done, I do a lot of the writing behind everything, just kind of putting things together. So it was just kind of a natural fit. UNX Media, I've been writing for their magazine, kind of recapping a bunch of our
yeah,
locations, just trying to document something on these locations that we investigate. And one thing kind of just led to another, and I'm like, I do a lot of these stories. I do a lot of just writing for me, and it just UNX said, "Hey, what if we put some of this stuff in writing too?" And I'm like, "All right, let's let's."
yeah,
It just it was like a natural fit, but the stories I like to, I mean, it's all, fictional, but I do like to put as much as of history in it as I can. So it's a lot of, I guess I would consider it historical fiction. Um,
yeah,
so whenever I do a lot of this researching, in the back of my mind, I'm always like, well, what if this happened, or what if
yeah,
that happened? And I mean, I end up putting a lot of my own experiences into this. Um,
yeah,
the outcomes aren't exactly the same, but going into a lot of these stories, a lot of these things did happen, or these locations did exist. A lot of the backgrounds, they were there, they happened. I like to put a little bit of a different spin on some things, though.
Yeah.
But
I, I'm going to say, I mean, I've obviously, I came across the first story that you done, which was really interesting. I love the picture work that's in this. I'm not going to give too much away because I want people to go and buy the book, to see the book. Will it be coming out in digital form? Do you know? You know,
they're working on that, but right
right,
now it's not. It's only hard copy form.
right. It is, guys. Come on, it's no expensive. Go and buy his book. You know, can you give us a story that obviously I've not had yet? Can you give us like a story for the listeners out there? Just tell us a little one of the stories that you've got.
Actually, I can give you some background on some
Yeah.
of them. The story that you're referring to now, that's all about the Dixmont Insane Asylum, and that's a real place that existed around here. Um, it was local to Pittsburgh. It has been torn down within the last 20 years or so, but I know when I was in high school, we would find some of these abandoned locations and try to
Yeah.
get into them. So,
Yeah. Aye.
that's just kind of, high schooler, it's what you do. Um, so this building, we did go up to it. We did try to get into it. And that's really it actually kind of ties in nicely into the story here because I go
Yeah.
into a lot of the history out of this. The old Kirkbride designs and schemes for old insane
Yeah.
asylums,
Yeah.
they were a real thing. The way they designed them, it kind of it was this era, right? As the
Hmm.
insane asylums were all getting bigger, they didn't have any place to put all these people. We went from poor farms,
Yeah.
which anymore we're so used to with the paranormal aspect of
Yeah.
things. But so we went from these smaller poor farms where people would just take the people that they didn't want
Mhm.
and they could live an almost normal life to these humongous insane asylums that
Yeah.
they didn't know what to do with all these people. So they tried to give them some kind of normalcy where they weren't locked up per se,
Yeah.
but they didn't exactly have as much freedom as it wasn't a nursing home. But
I mean, I've watched plenty of ghost hunting shows and stuff like that, and I've seen these old buildings that are. There's no many of them left. There's no many of these buildings left. What I like about them, they came about at a time where the architecture, everything was grand. They were
yeah,
spending a lot of money, thousands of dollars in beautiful cast iron doorways, beautiful cast iron. And for the outside, driving past or walking past on a horse or whatever, you'd be like, that's a beautiful building. But what was going on inside, I mean, the tortures, the horrors. And we all know. On you go, sorry,
Oh,
madam.
sorry. No,
No,
I thought you were gonna stop there for a second.
no, it's fine. But anyway, I was just going to say the grandeur in the outside. It was like a false kind of front. That's what I was going to say. It was like a false front because as soon as you went through those doors to get treatment, so-called treatment, because what did you call it? Electric shock therapy. They thought, yeah, that can help with sleep problems. Yeah, I mean, and the things that it was leaving, it was basically taking people that were all right. Maybe they were seeing spirits, maybe they were psychics, and they were seeing spirits, and they were given electric shock therapy, and after it, they were basically a vegetable. And the horrors that were actually happening within these buildings was horrendous. So go
That
on.
leads me to a question for you, Derek, because I think, and this is just my personal opinion, I don't know. This is why I'm wondering if you're able to validate this just from your research.
yeah.
Is the main reason that they made these buildings so grand with like huge cathedral ceilings and stained glass?
Mhm.
Um, is the reason for that to trick people into bringing
Yeah,
their insane individuals in there or not normal?
I I don't necessarily know if it was to trick people. It did have a few different there were a few different ideals that went behind them. I mean, the first was the people that were staying there. It was supposed to actually give them a different perspective because
yeah,
a lot of these people came from, broken homes or the poverty stricken households where they some of these people were thrown out into streets. They just didn't know what to do with them. So it was supposed to give them a different perspective, show them that there is more beauty to life than the way that they were living. And then the other is that a lot of these towns and cities, how big these buildings were, you can't hide them. You can't put them behind a bunch of trees and everything. They're huge.
Yeah.
So they wanted them to be not necessarily blend in, but they wanted them to the regular person that passes by to just say that's a really nice building,
Yeah.
and leave it at that. Not look into it anymore, not want to go for a visit necessarily, but that all kind of paired together with the way that the architecture was. On top of it, the some of these people that had designed these buildings in the past had actually come from overseas, where they came from the old this Gothic
Yeah.
Victorian revival style was big. So they actually it just kind of went hand in hand, and they ended up bringing that style in. And you're talking about a lot of the open lights and the stained glass that also is supposed to bring a lot of natural light in.
Mhm.
And that's some of the thoughts back then was light, would help. Some of the You'll see a lot of like open garden areas and everything, like right in the center of a lot of these old buildings, because they would just take these people out and put them in these large courtyards
Yeah.
and just give them some time to themselves to be able to breathe, to be able to get some sunlight. And that was part of their treatments, actually.
That's probably part of the kindest part of the treatment also.
Well, I mean, you hear about all these things now. The doctors weren't, most of them weren't horrible
One.
people.
Yeah.
They wanted to help. They didn't have the resources. They didn't have, I mean, between the money, between the people, the staff, they weren't there to, torture people, aside from some of the, more well-known accounts that we've
Yeah.
heard about these people, basically torturing these unknown people, and, for science, quote unquote.
Yeah.
But a lot of those people, I mean, the doctors weren't bad people. They were
Yeah.
following things. A lot of this was new. If you really think about it back then, where with all these people, the mental side of things, I mean, that wasn't really a normal thing. It wasn't, there was not a lot of science or medicine that went into any of these and into any of those kinds of things. And I guess obviously hindsight is 50-50, but
Yeah.
none of those things were good or helpful. But they were there to help, and they just weren't really able to do it.
Yeah. Mhm.
That's sad.
Exactly. I mean, there is places like that where I am. Actually, there was places like that where I am, and they still exist to this day, except some of them have been turned into flats, which is interesting because some of them. There was actually one near me. It was run by the nuns, and it was actually in a local town called Lanark near me, and it was run by nuns. But there was a lot of like, abuse went on there, at the time, and this is going back to like the early 60s, maybe 70s, and some of the people are still alive to this day because the abuse was that bad there. I mean, there was where they actually, when they were revamping the place, they were digging out the front and they found weird boxes and they opened them and they were kids,
Oh
babies.
God.
And what had happened is the patients were getting pregnant, and how no, I don't know. And they were dead, obviously, and putting them in the ground. The nuns were burying them in the front place. There's that bloody spider again. Look at the size of that. Look at this. Look at this spider. Look at this. Come on, you. Oh,
You
come on.
got a new
Go
friend
away.
for Halloween.
I'm no fear for them. I'm no fear for them. But they're, what do you call it? I don't know where he's went now. He's scurrying away. There's a big one too. Everybody will like, no, Chris, it's a spider. But what I'm trying to say is it's been turned into flats, and there is other places run about here that's been turned into like flats, and they've had nothing but problems. They've had a weird stuff happening. I mean, there is a place down from me, and it's only like 6 miles down the road, and it was a hospital, but it was for people with learning difficulties.
Mm.
And in the days, they used to, well, families didn't want those people. Come on, spider, it's coming back to me. Go the other
So
way.
actually,
And oh, when you go, sorry.
no, I thought you were. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say a lot of families in their days wanted rid of the unwanted children that had like disabilities, so they would put them in there, and
Yeah, they
it's
just
sad.
didn't know what else to do
Yeah,
with them.
yeah, yeah. When you go, Sabina, sorry, we've got
So,
a pet here keeps
would you
coming back.
say then, Derek, is your weirdest experience that you've had, and is it included in the book?
I've had a lot of weird experiences. um, well, so the the story that I'm referring to, that first one about Dixmont, the real story of what happened leading up to it was weird in its own right, and that this was far beyond, before I started doing any of the investigations or anything. But we were walking up to this place. It was closed down. It was due to be demolished. And they had normal break-ins, so they had armed guards walking the premises.
Wow.
So I went with there were four of us. Two of us stayed back, so it was just me and one of my friends, and we walked up. As we're walking up to this thing, you're walking through tree lines, brush, all this. It's unkept, and as I'm about to step over this hole, my friend just puts his arm out like this. He's like, "You don't want to step there." And he didn't know why he said that, but we're looking down, and there was
Yeah.
like a big stick of dynamite in the ground right there.
Wow.
I, I, I mean, it
That's
was just freaky to see that, and it's
that's
like, why he said that, who
crazy.
knows? But so we get up to the door. That didn't deter us. We got up to the door. As we're like fighting this rusted out handle to try to get in, um, his nose starts to bleed. Like,
Oh, wow.
and I mean, he's not prone to nosebleeds or anything. We didn't really know what to do. So like, he's catching the blood in his hand. He's like, I think we need to go back to the car. So we get back to the car, and we're like ready to,
Mhm.
to just get t-shirts or whatever and just start stuffing his nose. And we open the back seat, and the two friends that were left in the car, they're like, you guys are back quick. What's going on? Like, what do you think's going on? His nose is bleeding. They're like, what are you talking about? There was no blood, not one single drop of blood.
Wow.
Like, it was so weird, and to this day we talk about this happening. And so I kind of went off on in this story of like maybe what could have happened if we would have went in there. So he reads this story before it was published or anything. I'm still working out details, and he gets done with it. He's like, are you messing with my head right now? Did this actually happen? Like, did I black out? So we
That's
got up to that point, and so it fit, I guess. But he still thinks that I messed with his head writing this story.
that's mad.
That is
So there
incredible.
were there were some very strange things that happened even back then.
Is
Um,
no, when you go?
well, I was going to reference one of the other stories, and
Yes,
Chris,
please,
you're,
please,
you're
please.
well aware of some of the strange things that we kind of
Oh yeah.
collect. Um,
Oh God, what is we're talking about? Is that we
You
talking
brought
about
some
that dog?
Serena
flashlight,
was
actually.
actually privy to this last night. We found these kinds of things happen. I don't know how, they just randomly happen. Leading up to the investigation last night, I'm cleaning out like all of our. We have this convention
Yeah.
box, right, where you have like the tablecloths and all of this stuff that we display for our conventions and stuff. All I'm looking for are some T-shirts, stickers, like business cards, whatever, and I can't find them anywhere. And so I end up emptying this box out. I'm like on the
Yeah.
verge of panicking over something stupid. But so I empty the box out, and this thing falls out of the box. And I don't I let me see. It actually might be.
wait till you see this because
What is it? Is it like
the way that this thing is wrapped is
So
just
this falls out of the box. I don't know if you can see it because of this weird green screen thing. It's like carpet.
you'll probably need to turn your green screen off. Don't know.
I knew how to do that there.
there it is.
There's.
So it's tied with rope. It's that like carpet padding that you put underneath the carpet. And I
Mhm.
don't know, can you hear that?
It's a rattly thing. Is it a toy
Something.
box or something? Is it?
So honest, this isn't the first time something weird like that's happened, but I took that to the group. Nobody wanted to open it. Um,
What is
but
it?
so there are plenty of these oddities and just weird things that happen. So I
I don't know
actually
what
chose
it
to write about them.
Is it? Is it that David box that you've got? Is that what
That's
that is?
exactly that was one of the that's one of the topics to to one of the stories is the Dybbuk box, and just kind of some of the things that we've collected over time. And again, I take it from a lot of these things from real life. It started at Martinsburg Roundhouse, an old train station. That there was actually a Civil War battle took place on the grounds outside of it.
Yeah.
And when we were all said and done, we're just admiring the history behind the place and the building and everything. So the owners just they come up to us and they just give us these old railroad ties,
Oh wow.
Yeah.
just stamped with the number and the name of the place and everything. So
That's so
kind of
interesting.
I love getting that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I have a box of Civil War bullets, that have just been gathered. Oh yeah, I mean
Yeah.
but it's those kinds of things that I just collect. And as you're aware with the Dybbuk box,
Yeah. I
Chris,
mean, there is
it's
one question that I would like to ask. I mean, is there anywhere in this book that you and your team would go? It still exists
that we would go.
and do
Um,
an investigation.
so the book, and I know you're not all the way through it yet, but it's
No,
not
no,
just
not
about
nearly.
it's not just about ghosts,
Yeah,
paranormal,
I know. There's other stories too.
but
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
I would I mean, I write about these woods that
Hmm.
it's actually a well-known area. I have friends up from Erie. There's a Murder Hollow up there.
I think I've heard of that. I don't know where I've heard of that. I've heard of that
I've
place.
never been there, um, but I don't even know if they would be open for like public investigations kind of thing. But it's
Mhm.
just one of those places where anybody that steps foot in those woods seems to have some kind of experience where they don't want to go back.
Yeah.
um, Between like being followed, hearing the rustling of footsteps
Yeah,
behind them, seeing shadows peer behind trees. And I don't even know if people go there to try to experience something, but it always goes above and beyond. And
yeah,
a lot of the people that go there don't want to go back. We've done some investigations of like woods that have a building in it or something that are said to be haunted,
yeah.
and we've actually had some pretty cool experiences, just during the day.
Hmm.
They're
Hmm.
they're open places, and we'll get some pretty cool activity
Yeah.
even just during the day. So that location up in Erie, that I do write about a little bit, I would
Mhm.
absolutely go to in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I've heard of the place that you're talking about because I do watch a lot of stuff on you. I just asked Sabrina. I watch a lot of stuff. As you, I do like my history because you get me to look things up and that. And I've got a kind of
Yeah.
quick to find things, and I'm still researching that old coal mine place that you're
Yes.
underneath that right now. But I do like to look things up. I mean, it's interesting. There's so many hidden things out there.
There
Yeah.
really is.
I
I mean,
mean, I mean, the Civil War stuff. That's something that I would like to see. I would like to go to some of the battlefields because I've always wanted to see that because of is it Gettysburg that's meant to have the sightings of the at sunrise and sunset of the soldiers marching, and a lot of people see. I know a lot of paranormal investigators that have been there, and everybody's witnessed stuff.
I think we've shared with you that fife and drums from the
Yes,
field. We weren't
yeah,
even like, I
yeah,
mean, it wasn't even a team. It was me and my dad that got that.
yeah,
So you don't even have to be going out there prepared for this kind of thing. But a place like that, and it's funny you say that about the researching things because I go down these rabbit holes, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
In Gettysburg it's actually more than just the battle too. Um, it dates back to the Native Americans that lived there.
yep.
That was a lot of their hunting grounds actually,
Hmm.
and there's a place there called Devil's Den,
Hmm.
and a lot of people think that that is related directly to the Civil War because of all the bloodshed that took place
Yeah,
there. That area was actually named by the Native Americans who believed that there was a large reptilian creature that lived in the rocks.
yeah.
Um,
I mean, if you think about it, I mean, the Native Americans, they were there first, obviously. They were the first people in the United States before it was the United States. I mean, you hear about the stories of the skinwalker, and you hear about the stories of the strange, like Bigfoot, you hear about the creatures in the woods. I mean, I've heard so many stories too about like Civil War soldiers witnessing things,
oh yeah,
unexplained things. Yeah.
there. But that was also back when it was something that you didn't talk about either. So
Oh,
can
yeah.
you imagine how many more would have actually seen something, but they didn't want to talk about it?
Yeah.
I mean, the battle itself, I mean, it's horrific, Gettysburg. I mean, I knew somebody that was a battle historian for that. He was American, actually. And he actually told me, I mean, he actually showed me some photographs, and I was like, I don't know where he got them from, but there were piles of body parts.
Oh yeah,
And that,
they used anything that they could for makeshift hospitals, and they would
yeah,
just amputate like
hospitals, schools,
their
everything.
job.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there was a pile of legs, there was a pile of hands, there was a pile of left arms, there was a pile of right arms.
There's
The
there's
ground was
actually
blood red.
a good friend of mine that's going out there for a wedding this weekend. And he actually texted me this morning. He's like, I'm at your favorite place, you know." And so I'm asking him all these questions, like, "Where's the wedding at? And where's all this?" And he's actually going to a place. It's the seminary there, and Seminary Ridge is one of the places where
Yeah,
there's actually a lot of good stories about even that took place during the war that a lot of people saw
yeah.
things Native American related.
I mean,
The
a lot of
haunted
people.
wedding.
I mean, a lot of people don't realise too about the battlefield. I think it was 35 miles wide. I mean, the battlefield itself was it 34 miles to
I
35 miles long?
I mean, I believe it. I don't really know the exact, but I do know that they even fought through the streets of the city,
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
town. So a lot of people don't even really consider that,
yep,
but there was literally bloodshed on the streets.
yeah. Because there's some of the houses in some of the towns that have actually still got the musket balls
Hmm.
lodged in some of the houses,
No, it's
and
not just musket balls either.
there's
There are
cannons.
there are cannonballs. There are
Yeah,
large like
cannonballs. Yeah, yeah. I've seen them, and this is what we mean. Everybody's watching. Researching is a great thing. And I know there's people out there that are like, "Oh, researching, that's a boring part, like ghost hunting and stuff." But it's no, because you get to see some amazing stuff. I love looking at like you can find so much about a place. You just show me one picture of it, and I might spend what 6 or 7 hours, and then at the end of it, you found graves, you found things out that you never thought.
well, and honestly, in this day and age, AI is such a great tool
Yes,
too
yes,
because you would like hit these walls, right, where you don't know
hmm,
where to go or you don't know what the next step is. But if you use AI not to do your work for you, but as a tool,
yes,
it can absolutely help tie that next step in or, pull you down the next rabbit hole.
yeah,
But it's if you use it like it's meant to, you can absolutely just kind of keep going. That's how I've been using it. But it's a great tool to use.
yeah. And AI, I mean, I get it to make things for me, like pictures and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But I've never actually used, and I'm going to admit this, I've never used it for research ever.
No?
No, I might actually try that because with that coal mine thing,
Mhm.
I came to a dead end because I was trying to figure out something specific
Sure.
about those miners, and I couldn't find it. So see tonight, I'm gonna have a wee look
It
at that because
it
maybe that'll
it's
help me.
actually something like that, you don't really think about it all that much. It's, it's a fun thing, like you said, you make pictures and all that stuff. But actually, the place that we were just at, with Sabrina, it was I was I was hitting a dead end. Like there was no documentation or anything. So I started just asking AI about this family or this name or whatever, and it actually gave me a few newspaper articles that it's like helped guide to the next step.
Mhm. It's interesting as we talk about your David box and stuff like that too,
Mhm.
and about what you're talking about right now, because I don't know who it is, but there is a spirit next to Sabrina because Sabrina's just messaged me, and I did notice something. I've been sat. I did want to. I was going to say about it, but I didn't want to say anything about it because it makes me wonder if it's followed you home from.
There was literally a mist like what we saw last night
Yeah.
Yeah,
in that window. Literally just appeared next to me as we were talking about Gettysburg stuff.
really,
Yeah,
Hmm.
man. Yeah, I mean, I think you left before we had a chance, before you had a chance to, but we all saged after we left. So
I didn't say
we've been trying to do that ever since we've kind of encountered some things that like to
It's.
hitchhike.
I don't think it's. I don't think it's. I don't think it's for that place. I think it's
Yeah.
something that's hitchhike. It makes me wonder. Where did you? You obviously travelled. You obviously drove. It makes me wonder if it's seen you. You know what spirits are like. They come across. It makes me wonder. I don't know if it's. And it's not. It's nothing to do with that David box. I know it's not. Um, but it's interesting because it's like its ears pricked up when it heard Civil War. So it makes me wonder. I'm getting a man. I'm
yeah.
getting a man.
Interesting.
Um, I don't know why I want to say this. You had the Confederate Army, then you had the what were they called? The Confederates, and then you had
Union.
the Union. Because I see a man right now, and it's weird because it's oh god, you know what I want to say right now. And they had a name. They had a name, and they were special. They were a special brigade, and they rid horses, and they worked for the Union.
Mm.
Oh, what were they called? They had the something riders. They were called. I don't know why I want to say that. And it's weird because it's like you used to go to a blue uniform. It's interesting because I wonder if it's followed you for somewhere, Sabrina, or it's followed Derek, and it's always
I
been
don't
with
know.
Derek.
Just the
I
timing
mean,
was very
you
convenient.
guys have seen someone in my house before. I've been told that there's somebody that stands over me, which I don't typically get like readings or anything like that. I
After
just
the
never
show,
have, but I would definitely be interested to see who
well,
this.
actually, after the show finishes, I'll give you a tarot.
Yeah, I know we were back and
Yeah,
forth on that about last weekend.
yeah. It's interesting. See, this happens, ladies and gentlemen, when you do podcasts and stuff like that, and spirits. I mean, I'm going to say the new. I don't think that spirit's bad. It's shouldn't Sabrina. I think it's just like
No.
nosy, nosy. I think it's a spirit that's crossed and come back, but I do think he's got a unit. He's got a uniform on. I don't know what it is. That it's a weird kind of color.
He
It's
was just very comfortable popping in here, and I didn't feel anything bad or anything like that.
no.
It was just like, did I actually see that? Because I know I'm like really super tired.
I can't.
Gee, I wonder why.
I'm going to say something now, and I don't know where I'm getting this from, but I'm just going to go with this now because like Sabrina tells me to go with it with the mediumship and stuff like that. I'm just going to go with it. It's a relation to you, Derek.
It is
It's somebody that you know. No, you never knew this person.
okay.
Your great grandfather knew this person,
Really?
hmm and I think he was in the Civil War.
Hmm.
And I think there's some type of connection. There's something today. I don't know if he's maybe like a protective spirit for you,
Okay.
because that's what I'm getting to know. But it's weird. I don't know why I get cavalry. You know, had the cavalry.
Yeah. Yeah.
You had the like, but the ones that rode the horses, and that's what I'm getting. Did you have any in the Civil War within your family?
I mean, I had like great. I want to say it was like two or three like families removed. Nobody that I've ever had like direct stories and everything with. Now the like World War II, you know, I've definitely heard stories like that and know of people in the family that's like that. But as far as the Civil War and back that far,
It
there's
makes me
there's
it makes me wonder
nothing.
because there is the military connection, and the reason I say the different uniforms is because it doesn't look like the Confederates and it doesn't look like the Union. It makes me wonder: could it be then? Could it be World War Two? Because the uniform doesn't match. But
It's hard to say though. With the Civil War, a lot of those people just kind of wore whatever they could.
yeah, especially with
Especially with the Confederates.
yes,
There was just a lot of mix matched. As long as they didn't wear blue, they were fine.
it's interesting because I feel him again. He's quite a
He's
cute.
touching my arm right now. Like
Yeah,
when Derrick mentioned the Civil War, he was touching my arm. I think he's giving confirmation.
he's. I think there's. I think there is a long line of like soldiers in your family, and that's what's coming across right now. I think who I don't think he was killed in the Civil War though. I'm not getting that he was killed in the Civil War. I'm getting that he maybe served in the Civil War,
Okay.
but it's weird to be saving him because I'm tapped into him now, and it's like I can he's there. I know I can feel him.
I didn't mean to turn this into this, Derek. I thought we'd talk about it after, but
No, no, we can talk. We can talk.
Whatever comes up, you know. It's
But this could be for you to write a wee bit more about. I mean, you've brought this book out, right? But why don't you bring your next book out about like maybe battles and research into that? Maybe he wants you to write a story. Maybe not about him personally, but have that
tell his
military
story.
aspect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I mean the more detail and info that I can get, I can even start doing some more digging as far as lineage goes too.
See, it's interesting because you don't need to just stick that. You could stick it to what like Civil War, like spirits for the Civil War, because you think about all the soldiers that were killed and never get named and were just
Sure,
buried.
sure. I mean, there's literally mass graves that they're still finding to this day. Uh,
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 do you
so I
know
mean,
that? That's interesting. Do you know what's just flashed? You know what's just flashed into my head? That fort that doesn't exist anymore next to that place you were getting me to research.
the one in Mars, you mean?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's just flashed, and I always wondered because I'm getting the naval in it, but it wasn't next to the sea. What I found out with the Mars thing is that they used to float stuff down the river to the
Okay,
fort
sure.
because it was easier to transport
Right.
stuff. See, ladies and gentlemen, this is why you should do history, and this is why you should do research. It's interesting because they used to take the stuff, the military stuff, across the land, but when the winter came along, it was horrendous. They just got bogged down, so they started to float the stuff down the river to the fort. But there is a naval connection, and it's to do with the lakes. There's something to do with the Great Lakes, something to do with the lakes itself. And I know that's quite far away from there, but there is some type of connection. There's something to do with that house or that place that you were in, where Sabrina went, and there was something to do with the water. And it makes me wonder. I looked up shipwrecks. There was a shipwreck actually, but it, it was a steamer, and it was well after the Civil War that it sunk. But I don't feel it's like that. But this person, whoever this is, you know this person. That's what I'm getting. Sabrina, is he still there? Because I don't really feel him anymore.
yeah, his energy got a lot stronger when you mentioned that last part that you were talking about. Like there was a whoosh of wind right here.
Is it? It makes me wonder that
There's your
I don't know.
confirmation again.
See, I don't know why I keep thinking the naval aspect to do. See, I actually researched the Mars thing because I thought, oh, maybe he was in command of an ironclad.
I keep hearing
And
Cecil.
see, that's interesting because I thought, oh, maybe he was in charge of an ironclad for the Civil War. I don't know
Sure.
if anybody knows what an ironclad is for the people. It was an armored. It was the battleship of that time, right? That's what it was. It was like a big barge, paddle steamer, and it was armor plated. The cannonballs would just bounce off it, right? But the Union had it, but so did the Confederates have them. And I don't know why I keep seeing that. But I looked up and I tried to find out, but there was nothing in that area to do with ironclads that sunk or was destroyed.
I mean, there were a few that were more or less, popular as far as the ironclads go because they kind of took them out for show. Um, but yeah, I know that there were. See, I don't know. Were they in the Great Lakes though?
That's what I was trying to figure out, and I couldn't find nothing on it. I did find a steamer that went down, and I
Okay.
think it went down in, oh my god, I think I would need to go back to the messenger and scroll back. I think it went down 18. No, it was 18. Was it 84? The Confederate War, wasn't it? 18. When did it start? 1880
The
was it?
the war itself,
Aye, the actual war itself.
1860.
1860 to when? Was it 10 years or was it about 10 years or 5 years?
No, it wasn't even. It was 65. 1865 is when it ended.
1865. See, I keep getting 70, and I don't know why I get that. And I keep getting shown a steamer, and I could only find one steamer that went down in that region, just outside actually where Sabrina is actually. See those lakes? What are they called, Sabrina?
There's the Finger Lakes.
Yeah, it was. I think it was one of them, and it was a steamer, and she went down in some storm, and I think the captain, I think some of the crew went down with it, but some of them escaped, and that's all I could find out about that. But there isn't that many shipwrecks. There's barges that were getting towed that went down, and older sailing ships that get split. But a lot of people usually survive these things. But I don't know why I keep getting took back to that fort. I would keep getting showed the fort, and how they used to float something down the river. It makes me wonder if that person was in charge of that fort. And then after that came about, they built that house or whatever they stood there, or the spirit moved in there, basically. I don't know. Is that spirit still there? Because I don't really feel him anymore.
Mm-hmm. I'm just like really tired now.
Yeah. Is he no telling you who he is?
I got Cecil.
Cecil. That's gonna, I don't know, Derek. There's one for you, Cecil.
Yeah, I mean, I'm writing it down. I literally always have my pen on me because these are the kind of things that I end up getting into. But no, I don't. Nothing that comes to mind.
I'm trying to think where I put those pictures because I do have pictures of that ship that sunk. Well, it's no pictures because it's drawings of the ship.
Yeah.
The only thing that I can really think of is Cecil, Maryland was a pretty large deployment area for the Union. So I don't know if it could be relating to an actual
Location.
Location.
That makes sense.
That is interesting. It makes me wonder if that's what that is.
I don't know if it was a town or county or what, but I know that it was one of their larger deployment and just like a general like fortification area.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to find the pictures now because I do have them. I saved them on here now. That's the coal mine that I've came across now because I put them into a file. That's the coal mine because I found it quite interesting. I found the maps of the coal mine.
Yeah.
And where they all go through the entire place. But where is that fort? That fort's sticking with me now. It's. I don't know why I keep seeing that fort. It keeps showing me that fort. And it was a rude illustration somebody had done, but they'd done a really, really good job at it. You know, they'd spent a long time making it. I keep getting took back to that. I think it's something to do with that fort. I think it was somebody that was in charge of that fort. There's something to do with that fort.
That would be interesting.
The only other thing you could do is get your pendulum out and basically ask them. Because you came at spirits are like, if you want, I'll get mine out. I've got mine somewhere, but
Oh, I've got mine. I just want you to ask the questions because I'm feeling a bit drained and dizzy.
yeah. Why does I tell you what? I'm getting told to let Derek ask the questions.
Me to ask the questions.
Yes.
All right. Man, where do I even start with this one?
Remember, yes or no. That's all they can answer.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Were you alive during the Civil War?
Yes.
Did you run a fort? Were you in charge of a fort during that time?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Mars, let's have a look at this.
What about a boat? Were you by chance in charge of an ironclad?
Yes.
Okay, so it's more of an ironclad than. Do you know of the town Cecil, Maryland?
Yes.
You do. Okay. Did you get shipped out from that town to go to war?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's see. Did the ironclad that you commanded, did it go down during the war?
It's crazy. It started answering no before you even finished.
Do you have a special tie to that boat?
Yes.
I'm sorry, can I ask them? Were you killed on the ship, but the ship did not sink?
Yes.
Killed on the ship, but it didn't.
Was it cannon fire that killed you?
No.
Was it disease?
Yes.
Yeah, because I know they were quite tight, weren't they, Derek? I mean, I've seen how tight that was.
Yeah, cramped quarters for sure.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. There we go.
Did the disease cause a lot of suffering, pain?
No.
Was the ship called the Michigan?
No.
Right, because that's the only one I could find on Lake Erie. The ironclad ships Erie, USS Michigan, the Navy's first ironclad, 1843.
Some of the more popular ones I know. Were you a part of the USS Monitor?
Yeah.
Mm,
Really? That's one of the more major ones.
Mishes there. It's her there. 1862. Yeah, I'll show everybody.
He's agreeing with 1862.
And that's all. Here we go, actually. There's the crew. That's interesting. Were you buried at sea?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All I can think about now is, do you want recognition for what happened?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's quite difficult when it comes into questions because you can only have yes or no.
Do you want me to help tell your story?
Ooh, that's a strong yes.
Right, so that's what that is.
That was kind of your gut instinct anyway, Chris.
Yeah.
First, so yeah, I get.
And we're gonna have to work on you figuring out what your name is. He agrees.
There you go. You can. So he's obviously wanting. He's wanting to find out. He's wanting you to tell his story, and I think once you finally do that, Derek, I think he can. He can rest.
Are you still with us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Would your name by chance be John?
No.
No. Okay.
Oh, actually, wait a second. It's saying rephrase. So, John, what?
Jonathan.
Uh, is your name John Warden?
It's still saying rephrase.
No, it's his first name. His first name is J. Is it J? Is the initial J in your name?
Yes.
Yeah. It's not got to be Jeffrey. I don't know if that's like a. What was a kind of 18th century name? I see AI when I'm here. First, I'll try it.
If there's a J, would it? Were you a lieutenant?
No.
No.
But I was just asking. Right, here we go. Here's all the names, right? The popular names. John.
No.
James. You've already said that. Joseph. That was quite popular.
Oh. Yes.
Right, so that's that. I'm using AI for the first time here. So Joseph. So what's his last name? Is your last? No, yeah, it wouldn't be JJ, would it? Your initials. Was your initials JJ?
No.
Do you want me to take over with the pendulum?
Yeah. Both my arms are tired now.
See, my ones are. I've got to hold my hand because you've got people out there saying, "Oh, he's moving his hand" and all that kind of stuff. But first, just let me check. Right, you're welcome to talk to me. What's his first name again?
Joseph.
John. Joseph, you're welcome to talk to me. Are you here? Yes. Ask away.
Were you a Commodore?
Are you a Commodore?
No.
No.
Not a Commodore, not a lieutenant.
Did you work in engineering? Yes. Did you die because there was no such thing as antibiotics? Yes. How long? Now let's see how many years. Go and ask how many years he was on for. Like say, like 5, 10. Just randomly ask how many years he worked.
Did you work for 5 years?
No.
Did you work for 7 years?
I'm getting 6. Was it 6 years? Yes. I'm just going to scratch my nose. There's a thing about pendulums. Yeah, I should nose. I ken this has got to sound mad, but are you any relation to Derrick? No. Did you see Derrick when he was at Mars? Yes.
From Mars. Okay.
Yeah. Why were you at Mars? Why would you be at Mars? Because it's quite inland. I mean,
Are you from Mars?
Where's Mars?
You would have
yes.
actually probably drove past it, Sabrina. It's north
Oh,
of the city.
Yes, he's from Mars. Did you have a brother? Yes. Was he in the infantry? Yes. Did he die in the Civil War? No. I'm getting that he was quite young when he enlisted. Well, when he was made to join, because I think when he enlisted, the war was coming to basically an end. Am I right? Yes. We need to know your last initial. Sabrina or
is it
Derrick?
Hawthorne?
Fire away. No.
Does it start with an H? Because you keep giving me H.
Does it start with an H? Yes.
Is it the last name that starts with an H?
Is it Henderson? No. Is it a German name? Yes. That's what that is. I want to say Heinrich, but I don't know if that would be it. Is it Heinrich? No, but I'm just going to put this down for a couple of seconds because I need a rest. Tick about, dude. But I'm just, what do you call it? I get to say Erm after a minute or two, but it's like, I think he's for German descent. Do you know that? And it's there was a lot of like Germans and stuff like that. Obviously, went out round about that time.
Well, in this
Um,
area, there were a lot of Germans, so that would have made
there's
sense.
Germans, French. There was loads of people, weren't there? I mean, it was.
Gotcha. Is it Hag?
Is it Hag? No. I tell you what. What's the next initial in it? Is there an A in your last name? P. See, it's shaking.
So there's a P.
No, it's weird because it doesn't usually shake like that.
It's the energy. It was shaking for me too.
I'll tell you something now. You should feel the chain. It's freezing. Freezing cold. You're getting weak, aren't you? I can feel it. I'm not talking to you, Sabine. I'm talking to him. He's getting kind of weak.
Is it Hauser?
Hauser? Yes. Hauser. Stop for a second. Is it Hauser? We need to make sure here so as we can tell your story. That's a big yes. I'm going to put it down for a wee while. See that? See how cold that is? That's ridiculously cold, that. That's ridiculous.
Jeez.
Right, I'm going to send you back towards Derrick, because that's where you belong. Well, you're welcome to visit me anytime you want, but you can visit me. That doesn't matter. I'll keep him. I'll keep him occupied and watch me play Halo if he wants.
He might give you dreams, Derrick.
He might what?
He might send you some images and dreams.
Hey, I'm good with that. I can kind of take some notes and use that.
I'm getting right now, you need to tell a story. It's actually quite interesting, this story. I was getting that he worked in engineering. I don't know why I wanted to say that, because it was like, I seen the internals of the ship. I seen when I was doing that, he was showing me inside the ship, the steam engine, the coal getting thrown into it.
He's acting.
Yeah, and I think he's got some type of infection. It could have been, I don't know why I want to say bronchial right now.
Huh. I was getting weakness in his legs. He was putting a lot of pressure on my legs.
It's.
Wonder why.
I better not. I'm not calling back to now. I'll maybe talk to him after, but I've closed the door right now, so that door's closed. I'll maybe talk to him after. Or I'll ask the
Any
other spirits,
information
because
that you can get out of it too. If this is somebody who wants to tell their story, you need something to go off of.
well, I can always ask other spirits
When I'm
for.
recuperated, I'll be able to pick up more. I'm just a bit weak.
The ironclad. It was interesting because I looked up the ship there. I looked it up, and she's quite an impressive boot, as one would say. And there's so many pictures there. I bet there's record. I bet there is record of his name.
Well, if he was on one of those
I wonder if
ironclads, there weren't a whole lot that from that area, so we can at least get it kind of, get it down in numbers here.
Yeah. It wasn't very big either, but it had a big crew. I mean, it wasn't that big. I mean, I'm looking at pictures of it right now.
Right.
There's a picture. I don't know if I can show you it. I mean, there's what it. I don't know if I can zoom it up actually. That's what. There's a drawing of it, right? So there's. I can't see my screen. So that's what it looked like. She wasn't quite a big ship. I mean, she's. So the technology behind the Navy's river monitor. Oh no, wait, no, wrong boat. Sorry, clicked on that one. There it's there. Sorry, that was the wrong one that I looked up. Here's a picture of it in port. That's the one I clicked on. See, that's the only thing you can't see when you're holding it up to the camera. So there's obviously with the cannon.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know if there'd be any record of that's the problem. There's a drawing of it. There is a drawing of it. I mean, it's Jesus. It's there's a model of it, basically.
Wow.
Right. So that's what it looked like. So it's
guys,
what?
look up Joseph M. Hauser.
Joseph M. Hauser. Okay.
And then look Joseph Hauser, Latrobe, PA.
What was what was that? Joseph Hauser, what did you say?
Latrobe, PA.
Obituary information for Joseph Martin Hauser.
Yeah.
Joseph Hauser. But he died in 19.
I mean,
He just died.
He just died, yeah.
In September.
Consent. Joseph N. Hauser, 1957 to 2005 in the Navy. What is the odds in that?
I don't know if it matches, but
Joseph M. Hauser, 68, of Loop Road, passed away in passed away on Wednesday, September the 24th, 2025, surrounded by his family. I don't want to read out his personal stuff. It is online, but I want to see what he served. That's so interesting. That
It might be like this might not be him, but it might be a relative of him.
that's what I'm thinking.
Like
You
it
need
might
to
have
ask-
been his great grandfather, or maybe he was named after him, but it came up as the closest
Here
one
we go,
related
ladies
to
and
Martin
gentlemen.
PA.
I open the door again to the spirit realm. Right, here we go. I'm not doing this much because it does thing with me. Are you still here, Joseph? Yes. Is that you that's just passed away? No. Is that a relation? Oh, yes, it is. Right. Is he your great grandson? Yes. See, that's interesting. I did close the door now. That's interesting because that makes me wonder if that, you know how they carry names in families.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's his grandson, you'd be able to trace back to who he was, if they have any history on him. But that's just downright weird.
There's a Joseph Hauser Jr. Born March 24th, 1821.
That's shocking. How accurate that is. See how shows could turn into, guys. Turns out it was talking about strange, unusual things.
I don't know. I don't know. This was supposed to be about Derrick's book.
Well, it's about Derrick's book because Derrick is going to bring this. Derrick's got to tell.
Stay tuned, guys.
Yes, stay tuned. I mean, obviously we've went out an hour, but we'll continue to talk about this after when we go back to the studio. But can you want to give yourself a plug, Derrick? Right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is usually Dan's spot whenever we're doing the Iron City stuff, but yeah, you can find my book on Amazon. We also have it linked on ironcityparanormal.org. All Monsters Are Human. It's my debut publication, and I actually have two more books in the queue right now. Right around the first of the year, you should be able to find two more coming out from me.
Wow.
Good.
And if
We'll go back.
and if this is anything telling of the future, then maybe we'll have even more stories to go off of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That's absolutely fantastic. So, Sabrina, would you like to say anything before the end of the show? Do we have anything planned for tomorrow? Yes, we do.
take it away. I'm too tired to think. I'm sorry.
Sabrina has been absorbed into the cosmos right now, ladies and gentlemen. So I will end it for her. Yes, we are live tomorrow for free tarot readings. Everybody, thank you so much for watching this. Everybody that does watch this, because I know there's people that watch this back. It just shows you how things get taken down that road, unexpected things that happen. But anyway, Derrick, thank you so much for coming on, and you'll obviously be coming back again with your
Thank
team
you for
and
having me. Absolutely.
next books. You're very welcome. I'll talk to you behind the scenes anyway. Good night, everybody. Please be safe out there. Lots of love for us, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.
Whispers crawl across the floor, footsteps echo, then no more. Cold hands reach where light won't stay, calling you to come and play. Dancing shadows spinning fast, fear and laughter.